It's funny, that thing takes a couple of seconds to get live so I can pause it and I don't have a weird loop. Happy Monday, everybody, for live. As you can tell, it's now the first full week of us doing live. I say us a lot. It's me doing live, and I'm over here just clicking buttons. But so every week. So I've been on Rumble for a little bit. So let me catch you guys up. I've been on Rumble primarily, but thankfully I've got more of a following over here right now. And as a good medevac pilot, I want to be where you are, talk to you in the way that you need me to talk to you, get you where you are, and get you to a higher level of care, which is your money and your fulfillment. So my reason for being here is with you today on YouTube is this is my family friendly show. Not family friendly, but family, or I have to use less of my veteran words and adult words. So this is still not family friendly. This is still not meant for kids in any way. So don't have them here. All right, guys. What I'm here to do every day is recap what I did on Rumble and push you guys over there. But this has more reach. You guys are out there Googling. Now 3 marketing agencies have confirmed that you veterans and service members out there are every single month, 135,000 of you are Google searching for a VA calculator. That tells me at least 4 things: that you're lost, you're alone, you don't know what your next steps are, and you don't know who to turn to. And in the military, we call that screwed. Okay, so something worse than that. So that's why I got a book title over here with that in there. I'm a for-profit, if you guys don't know. And like Dan Bongino does on Monday, I like to give you a little bit of a Monday morning, here's what I did over the weekend. Quick weekend update. So I'm going to get on this channel. On Mondays, I'll give you a quick update over the weekend. And I want to make sure that I'm able to push you over to the Rumble channel so we can make sure we're talking to each other the right way. I want you to just hear me in any way you need to hear me, because I'm a for-profit. If you're not getting paid your money from Uncle Sam, which I know you're not, check your bank account. I've been doing this 6 years. I still don't have all my money because veterans will get a nasty letter. I've had a nasty letter in the past, and I've had, I didn't know things and didn't know certain money, and I help you guys with 3 levels of money. There's right now money, mid-range money for your kids in college, even long-range death benefit money. So my goal is for you guys to always start with me and stay with me. You're going to stay with me for years because I will guide you through the money that you've earned from the very beginning, which is things like GI Bill, which you know about, VA home loans, how to be more entrepreneurial, and how to rent out houses and stuff like that, or buy houses with your VA stuff. Guide you on that, and how to be entrepreneurial, make your own empire is what I call it. So whatever that is for you. I talked to a woman last night who, she's not a veteran, but she's a little bit younger than me, and I'm 44. And she said that she was working overtime and stuff like that, trying to make more money. And she has a podcast, and I was like, man, just be more entrepreneurial. You can be in the service or have a job, have money coming in, and still doing other stuff. I used the example of the woman during COVID who made millions of dollars by stacking pumpkins on rich people's porches. Somebody will pay you to do something they don't want to do. And I am in my dream job now. And I've been in a lot of places I didn't want to be. And I'm here now, although I want to work myself out of business. But we have to, together, we have to get your money in your pocket first. Right now, the system's getting, I don't say getting better from the inside, it's getting better from the outside, that now that we got the new regime in and that kind of thing. But we got to appropriately doge the process. And as you guys saw from last week, the Whitehouse announced that folks like us on YouTube and Rumble and stuff like that, other podcasters, folks have books, that we are the media now. We're the media. We're in charge. And I'm not an analyst of, I'm not going to tell you what the weather is today. I don't care. I care. But my big giant care is I want to make sure that you're fulfilled. I want to get your money in your pocket as quickly and compliantly as possible. And like a female client of mine said, Albert, if I'm hearing you correctly, you know what money we've earned. You guide us to this treasure hunt, where the treasure is buried all along the way. And you help us to not overthink it, not underthink it. And I was like, yeah, great. Because so many times you guys do every single packet that you put in for any level of money from the government, you guys try to overthink it or underthink it. You overthink it with, well, I'm little Mr. Smarty Pants and I was a doctor and a pilot and I'm just going to tell the VA how it is or the government how it is. And it doesn't work that way. Have you ever gotten money in your pocket by telling somebody how it is and how big you are? Nobody does that, especially the government. Let me say it that way. Has it worked thus far? Or is the government scared of you? Did the government put your money in your bank account and not even tell you about it? No, because that doesn't happen. And I'm going to go back to good and evil here, but I'm a good person doing good things with other good people. Evil, although I'm not going to try to define it, I think we all know what evil is when we see it. And to the tune of $100 billion being not where it's supposed to be every single month. That's 20 million veterans and their families out there. That's caregivers. That's spouses. That's kids of lost service members. That's all kinds of weird. The government says, well, you have to do this before you can qualify for that. I'm not going to go into that conversation right now because there's something I've got in mind, but it's gross. It's gross how the government will say, hey, I know you're only like a fraction away from this, but if you're that fraction away, your life is screwed, and they won't tell you that. I'll tell you that, unfortunately, but fortunately or unfortunately, I'll be clear with you. And I never give you a problem without a solution. That's why I'm here. Never give you a problem without a solution. So just know that about me. I'm a medevac pilot. I care enough to tell you to your face, hey, let me help you take you to a higher level of care. And that's what I talked about on my my other show today, Rumble show. Weekend update. So Trevor, my book publisher, if you guys don't know, I'm going to set this down here real quick. Set my phone down. This is not my book, but this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be about this size. It's going to be red, as you can tell. It's going to be a survival guide or checklist for life. It's the first 5 F's to know for yourself, things like faith. We start out throwing out the word family and friends, but we changed. I think we're going to change the foxhole, have the right people in your foxhole, which includes your family and friends, so some other F words. Finances, fitness, freedom. And the reason why it's designed to be such a survival guide or a very mini checklist is because it's so poignant. It's so poignant. You guys don't know that 20 million of you every single month are being, well, what's it called when your money's not where it's supposed to be? And the government's purposefully doing that to you. Well, evil, stealing it from you? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer or on the law enforcement side, so I'm not trying to overstep my terminology here. I'm just kind of guessing, how they say that with like allegedly, the government's stealing from you, but look in your bank account. Is it there? I know what on payday, what hit my bank account. Is it payday for you? It could be, should be. Let's get you there. We have to do this quickly and compliantly. And again, yes, and money. I can take you from where you are now, right? Start with me and stay with me. I'll tell you what money you've earned through your service. And there's a general process to it, but it gets tailor fit to you. If you get a nasty letter from the government, I want to know about it. So I talk about every week that I've got, it's called baseball practice and batting practice, but I use a boxing analogy at this point where every single week I host the boxing and I'm outside the ring and I want to know updates from you. I used to call it checking your homework and stuff like that. Like, hey, what's going on with your lawyer? What's going on with your paperwork? What's going on with your insurance stuff? What else is out there for you? And you guys report back to me on some other things too. Like, hey, Albert, I got a nasty letter from the government. What's that mean? Stuff like that. And what's great about, I'm going to say this because it's in the description today too, that if evil has a team working against you, shouldn't you have a good team working for you and with you? I'm not here to convince you of that, but I really want you to look in the mirror. And a good line in my book coming out in the next month, first part of March, is that you, in essence, are like the worst enemy. The worst battle you're fighting is within yourself. And I know that, you know that. Every month that you're paying your bills, sitting at the table with the fam, you know there's more than GI Bill out there. You know there's more than VA home loans out there. You know that. You don't. What you know about from your history of being in uniform is pay charts, E5, family of 4, 5 years, boom, done. That's where I should get paid, plus other stuff, that kind of thing. VA doesn't tell you this stuff. VA doesn't. I was 90% for 5 years. I didn't know what I know now. I'll never give you a problem without a solution. I will show you the pay chart that I created to put in you guys' face of here's what you qualify for. And the nasty thing is that also the government says, well, in order to maximize your money, you have to be this before that, which is gross. It's called compensation and pension. So I'm going to do I'm going to talk with I've talked a lot about that, but I'm going to just throw it out there since it hit my brain. So I'm going to throw it out on the plate for you. So it's called compensation and pension, not disability. The VA now calls it disability because they want to scare you off, and it works. It's what evil does. It scares you off, and the only way that evil can get power is if you, as a good person, give evil power. You're giving evil power and your money, and I'm telling you, and now I want you to do something about it. I'm doing something about it. I'm on this camera right now talking to you, meeting you where you are. I want to get you. You're on the battlefield, right? You're popping that red smoke. 135,000 of you a month are popping that red smoke online. Again, that's been confirmed by 3 marketing agencies out there. You guys are Googling, which is also another reason why I'm on YouTube, because YouTube is owned by Google. So now, hopefully, my intent is that I talk so much, I show up everywhere. I call it the Joe Rogan effect. Right now, you don't know who I am, and I get it. But that's why we're here. Soon, we're going to get on the other side of that hill, that boulder getting pushed over the hill. Again, Joe Rogan effect, to where you can't. I'm a positive guy. How did I not? Who doesn't know about Albert now? That's what I want it to be. And it's not about me. It's about you guys. You guys have earned your money. The government lies to you. The government steals from you, does evil stuff. If you don't believe me, check your bank account. I know what you're not getting. And when I tell you, you guys go, holy shit. But I want you to keep going. Keep moving forwards. Never be scared by the unknown. I'm going to go back to my boxing analogy again. You're guaranteed to win your money because you're the one who actually earned it. Now, the government, you're going to get in the ring and get punched. You may get some good blows into, but you're the one that's going to get punched. You may win your money earlier. You may take all 15 rounds and it goes to a judgment or whatever. But and your money doesn't make you whole. It doesn't make you better, though. That's what I'm here to do. Put your money in your pocket. By the time I'm done with all my clients, put your money in your pocket in the right order, and that your human math on your individual ratings adds up to over 500. So that way you're maximizing all your money, and I'm getting you squared away. I have all my clients get to be represented by veterans rights attorneys out there. There's not many of them, and that do as many things as you need done. A lot of them out there just do like 1 or 2 things. So I'm happy to get you out there. Hey, I see Johnny's in the room. Good stuff, man. That's a great question. A lot of people ask that. Johnny, I appreciate your question. So he's asking that just got some money in. How do you know that you're getting what you're owed? Well, the government's damn sure not going to tell you. And that's why it's up to us to take care of each other. So I've got all kinds of other on my Rumble channel. I've done screen shares. I've been going live for the past couple of weeks on Rumble. I've also, for the month or 2 before that, was doing I was trying to get used to the studio and stuff like that too, and all the buttons to click and that kind of thing to make this work and get out in front of you. So Johnny, I appreciate your question. But I've also done some screen share on that of all the money that you've earned through your service, and I've created things like a pay chart that shows you what money, because like for an example, you guys don't know from even 90% to 100, that's a gigantic raise. It's a basic family of four, today's dollars, $1,600 more a month. Let's call it over a 10-month period it takes to get there. Easy Army math for me, add a zero. So you're looking at $16,000 worth of back pay. And once you get to 100% like me, 100% permanent total like I am, that's when the avalanche of good money comes in and you instantly qualify for a lot of stuff. So like property tax removal or reduction. A lot of my clients these days are my age or a little bit older, that kind of thing, GWAT era, who are having kids heading into college now. So one of their main two items is, Albert, I'm not worried about the disability stuff and that kind of thing. I make a lot of money. The holy cow, man, this property tax and kids in college money. I got twin daughters that are in as one client said, he said, I'm a 06 Marine and I got freaking my twin girls who are in high school right now, heading into college soon. And so he's like, holy crap, man, I need to help on that. So I hear that a lot, but I will always make sure you guys know what money is yours out there. And you guys will always find, and I know, Johnny, you're starting to talk about injuries and stuff like this. Here's a crazy thing. Injury means healthcare. Anytime somebody talks about pain, medicine, stuff like that, that may be a thing that's happening with you. And I hear this all the time. There are two, I'm glad you're asking this. There are two types of there's more, but with my clients, most time I have to talk you guys off of a ledge with, you're now talking about healthcare. Claim means money. How do you get with my two goals? I was going to grab my packet down there, but my two goals with you guys, one is to get you to get all your money in your pocket quickly and compliantly. Secondly, my goal for you guys is to get you to over 500 human math points on your individual ratings on, it used to be called e-benefits, but finally, after almost a decade, the VA finally pushed it over to VA. And so now I just have to get my brain wrapped around that. But your 500 math points, well, how do we get there? We have to do this, then we do that. That's why I have to use baseball analogies. The system is gamed against you so that you go away. That's the sick thing. And that's in the opening introduction of my book that's coming out within the next month, that the government is what's rigged against you. They want you to not know, get stuffed down into depressive state, die, go away, get off their fucking payroll. This is YouTube. So I don't really want to say too many things with F-bombs in it, but that's why I've got the book with that in there. Oh man, I can't help it. I get so passionate about this stuff. So great question, man. So that's what's great about my process is I give you guys more information of, yes, you've earned it. This is your money. It's not your buddy's money. It's not my money. I've already got mine, most of it. There's still money out there for me. And I guide you guys to all that. I tell you, if you're retired, you qualify for CRSC, SMCS. Those are things that you don't know about. Actually, non-retirees like me qualify for SMCS too. And I help you guys get it. I got it for myself, got it for 05 Navy SEAL several years ago. That's how we found it. So the government's not, especially the VA, is not going to just tell you, here's where all your money is and where it's buried. That's why they have so many different, I always go back to clinics in this mindset of, thankfully I'm healthy. I don't have, healthy in the way of, I don't have any medicine I'm on. And my VA hospital is an hour away. So I've been here 14 years, somewhere around there, almost 14 years. And how many times it made sense when I first went to the clinic. They said, hey, this is the OEF clinic. The Vietnam clinic is around the corner or whatever. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. A couple of years later, I get a phone call that says on the front, VA, hospital clinic. And I answer the phone and they're like, hey, we're from the Spike clinic or the Lick clinic or some shit like this. And I was like, what? The what? And they're like, oh yeah, it used to be OEF clinic. And I was like, okay. You guys have seen Armageddon where he's like, what? You guys are NASA. You guys just thinking shit up and you got a whole team behind you just thinking other shit up. So that's what happens with the government. They don't want to pay you. They want to pay themselves. They want to create extra layers of fluff for themselves. And like I said earlier, if you get it in here, that the government has teams, the VA has teams of bureaucrats and lawyers and doctors and nurse practitioners and stuff like that fighting against you. You have to have a team that fights for you. And that's what's great about my clients is I've been doing this for 6 years, delivered over $10 billion to over 3,000 of the world's best and deadliest MARSOC 160th fighter pilots and so on. And what's great is some of the legendary stories that I talk about, those are people who are still my clients and they're in the room. And you guys come in the room and you're like, oh my gosh, that's Elijah, that's Jay. Holy crap! I heard the stories all the time. Holy shit! And guys, we're just like you. And I don't want to ever make you guys think that I'm talking down to you. That even though you hear special operations and stuff, we all as I call them high caliber folks, because I work with Joe too. But my point is, high caliber folks always go, hey, Albert, if it's this hard for us, man, Joe is just getting screwed. And that's the answer. That's the unfortunate reality. Yes. And we all feel bad for you, but that's why I'm here every single day. I'm here talking to you guys Monday through Friday. I'm on Rumble Monday through Friday. I've got books coming out. I've got 2-hour podcast every Friday. And I'm everywhere you guys are, I hope. And that's why I'm going, again, Joe Rogan effective. You don't know me until you just go, holy crap, this dude is everywhere. Let me go back over to Johnny's question. So when you talk about different bonuses and stuff like that, I get this all the time too. That's why I say I like to underpromise and overperform. So for an example, when guys ask me, I'll plug their body parts into a online calculator and it spits out the number and spits out the math of what they not only the number math but the financial math, and the calculator just instantly says, okay, you're a family of 4 and you've got this much money in your pocket, that kind of stuff. And I don't go off of, here's what's crazy, Johnny and others out there, I don't go off of historicals of here's what the VA says. I go off of what the VA does. And what I mean does, pays for. How do you get to 100% permanent total, which is there's 3 different versions of 100%. There's unemployable, which I don't help my clients get to. That's a completely different process. And I've actually helped people get off of unemployable because you guys every veteran, I don't care who you are, every veteran qualifies for 100% permanent in total. There's a 100% rating. This is where I use a golf analogy. At 100%, you're on the green, so you're getting paid more money, but you're still not in the hole yet, which is permanent in total. And even permanent total like me, although people think like, okay, I've been permanent total for X number of years, or I'm over 55. I call this audit proof. I help you guys be audit proof, not bulletproof. So if a 55-year-old tells the VA to go F themselves, well, that's probably not good for them. And even though I've been permanent total for 6 years now, going on 7, if I called the VA today and told them to go F themselves, it's not good. And that's why I want to get you guys those 2 things. All your money in your pocket, which I identify and guide you to back and forth. There's always packets for that money. And then make sure that I'm telling you guys how you and I are working together to get you over 500 human math points. I've been doing this for 6 years, and even I'm at 480 because I didn't have me when I was you. Talk about certain back pay and stuff like that. So if you start getting too deep into individual questions, that's where I can answer questions in different formats, stuff like that. So I don't want to answer too specifically. I try to keep general stuff. Is there back pay? Like, I'll give you an example. Back pay is, well, let me start from the beginning. Oh man, Johnny, you're asking great questions. So from the beginning, the VA called this compensation and pension, not disability. So in my mind, and I think you guys would agree, that imagine if the world from 1990 on, the VA, money side of the VA, had no authority to tell you no to your money. But their job was to guide you. They were a guidance counselor. Let's say they put their little arm around you and go, hey, buddy, you're going into the service. Well, when you get into the service, you're going to start paying in a GI Bill, $100 a month for the first couple of months for the first year. And that's going to start ticking and clicking. And you can use this here, and here, make your life better. You can even transfer it to your family, stuff like that. That's one thing. That's something that we at least knew a little bit about. But if the VA were guiding you like that, that'd be a hell of a lot better. Hey, you now also qualify, little guy, for VA home loan money. Here's where you can start using that to be more entrepreneurial. And here's where you can use that money to make yourself more fulfilled. And even if you want to do a career as an enlisted man, and you can make a good living by renting your home out or that kind of thing. Wouldn't that be great? And then they tell you about other educational benefits that have been out there that you guys don't even know about, things like completely removal of property taxes and tuition and fees for your kids, even for yourself, that even if you take out people argue against this. I'm not trying to, I always tell people the system is there. You guys are all married to money differently, because I can always take it back to, well, it shouldn't have been that in the first place. Like one guy said something the other day on a YouTube channel where he said that he's not a big believer in you take out massive amounts of student loans and then the federal government wipes them off. That is a thing. That is a thing. I did it but at the same time you go, well, you know what, how much money was, if Albert had been paid his yes and money, and if he had been guided from the government as opposed to told no, where would he be? But at the same time too, guys, think about this. The government controls what they control for veterans specifically. They control the VA money. They control the VA healthcare. If I want to talk about that, I don't want to get too deep in that. They control they have the ability to tell you no when you know that you signed a contract with Uncle Sam to get these money and benefits. They love saying the word benefit because it just doesn't say anything. How much, let's say, how much would you pay for, let's say Champ VA is a miracle, and I haven't used it yet. I'm applying for it right now. I'm gonna get too deep in that story, but I haven't had to use it in the past because I had my now ex-wife's insurance. But let's say that Champ VA is perfect and it works there. It by itself is awesome with medical and dental. And let's say I've got two normal kids who don't need a whole lot of anything, just the normal eye stuff every year. Normal kid stuff, braces and stuff like that. I know they probably don't cover braces, but you know what I mean. Just normal life stuff. That would save a lot of money. How? So the government also controls now. I've got 2 master's degrees, or let's say 2.5, 2 2/3, 2 3/4, something like that. And who started controlling the cost of tuition and fees? The government. It got worse. The government started dictating housing and stuff. It got worse. It got more expensive. And who controlled student loan money? The government. And the government also controls, in essence, paying those off while still hiding money from me and you, and to the tune of $100 billion every single month. 20 million veterans and service members out there and their families, caregivers, Gold Star families. Are they getting paid all their money? I can tell you they're not, because I talk to widows, and I don't charge widows. I charge you guys so I don't have to charge widows. But man, those ladies been through some stuff. And please don't make me talk to your widow. Help me help you early. And Johnny, I appreciate you asking your questions, because there's I actually do host once a month. Johnny, I want you to go to my website, because I do host a better way of answering this question. I know a lot of people are going to have that same thing. And I like to answer questions live to where you're not just typing, but you're actually able to talk to me in there. And that way I can get some hey, tell me a little bit more about what you did in the service and what you're doing now. So, hey, I was a ninja for 10 years flying medevac or something. Okay, well, now I got more understanding of what money that you've earned. So you can go to, all of you guys out there, go to my website, and it's in the links below. Go to my website. It'll, at the top in the menu, it says events. Go to my events calendar, and you'll see an arrow that points at the events calendar, where it shows it on it shows it in 3 different versions. So my version, when I click on it, it shows that week. You can also click it to change to a monthly version or just a list. And I do host a once a month veteran money briefing. And that's a great place to ask questions and also help other people in the room really get to know who you are. Because right now, even though Johnny's being helpful in here, I don't know stuff about Johnny that I would like to know. And I'd love to answer some questions from that. And there's a lot of things that I don't know, and I'd like to answer a hell of a lot better question there. Or a lot better, tighter question for me. So that's what I highly recommend. But guys, I'm going to cut this one short. I got some other stuff to get ready for, and other events, stuff like that. I'm on camera 5 times a day, especially with my book stuff going on right now. So make sure you guys are sharing this with your buddies. Even take a screenshot of that. I call it the 1-pager, where it shows you, this is my business card, but my 1-pager now shows the red smoke stuff, and that 135,000 of you every single month are Google searching for that VA calculator. So you're lost, you're alone, you don't know who to turn, or don't know your next steps and who to turn to. So you're screwed right now. I'm going to help. I can help. Love to help. Go to my website. And I'm pointing over here because I got another screen. Go to my website. My website shows you how to pay yourself first. I walk you through that. Pay yourself first. Start your back pay clock. It's officially called your intent to file. I show you how to get your back pay clock going and just start sending your family tree over to me. Don't leave yourself on the battlefield. I'm a medevac pilot. Don't leave yourself on the battlefield. Don't leave your buddies on the battlefield. I know you guys have all kinds of little groups and church groups and coffee groups and big giant groups. Get me in front of them. Send them to me and my website. And I'm not here to convince you guys or convert you guys. I'm here to inform you guys that I have delivered to the best and deadliest humans out there over $10 billion in the past 5 and 6 years. Sounds like a lot of money, but it isn't when you consider that 135,000 of you every single month are actively searching for where am I in space and time, and you're not getting paid, and $100 billion a month is going out the window and not going to our veterans and our family members, the people who really care. I care enough to be here to tell you that. The government cares enough to steal it from you. So if the enemy is willing to arm up with the team, you got to be able to arm up with the team too. All right, gang. Appreciate all of you guys, and we'll talk tomorrow.